to help me, and what we want to cover is some of the problem spots that people have. Often when as trainers, we see people doing it sloppy in class, and you could probably go a long way to improving this exercise just by slowing everything down. And you need to think about keeping time under tension. So you want to keep your body tight through all the positions. You can rest when you get into a position, but you want to be flexed before you move in. It's time under tension. And we're going to lift the bell one time and then move around underneath the bell, so it's moving under weight. So why don't you sit down, Kim? We'll talk about some of the spots that people get into trouble with this. This is a great exercise because it's going to work every muscle in the body. And there are elements of all the other exercises that you already know and are good at, like the windmill, the lunge, even the clean. Okay, so first of all, Kim's going to start on her right side. It's important to put your right foot kind of close to your hips or your butt, because we're going to use this foot to drive force into to push the bell up. First of all, Kim's going to pack her shoulder. So you can refer back to that. Sean's covered it in other fit tips. But her shoulder is packed. So she's going to sit up to her elbow as she pushes into this foot and comes up and rests on her elbow. She's going to rest on her elbow. Okay, come back down, Kim. You can put the weight down. You can leave it up there and just do it one more time. Good. So this is important too. She sat up to her elbow, and it's like doing a get-up, sit-up. But she also was able to keep her foot down. So why don't you relax, Kim? So what we often see is people will come up like this, and this foot will come off the ground. Now it's a problem for people. You want to be able to keep this heel down. So as you push into this foot, it's very helpful if you pull this toe back. That'll engage the whole leg into the core. So pull the toe back and the heel forward. So now, Kim, why don't you do it again? She's going to come up to her elbow. That's her first position. Now she's going to come up to her hand. She's going to drive her foot into the floor, and her hand is going to be straight. Her elbow is straight and locked. So now I want you to elevate, Kim. She's going to push into the floor. That's great. Her foot is elevated. Sit back down. So this is another problem for folks. They have trouble. This is when new people learn it. This is the hard part. They have just trouble getting the leg to come underneath, and they can't do this. If that's you, and it probably is in the beginning, you need to just work on a little flexibility in the hip. This is just a stretch without any weight. You can take yoga with Julie on Sundays, it's free, or you can do the lunge with your foot in the loop, carrying column. I've shown you that before. So why don't we go ahead, Kim? Let's start again. So come up to the elbow. Now the hand, elevate, pull the leg back. Now she's in a lunge. This is going to be a windmill. Sit up, Kim. This is the windmill. You've seen it before. Now she's just going to drive off the ball of her foot to bring her feet up. Excellent. That's going up. Now the job is to slow everything down. She's going to do a lunge with the opposite leg. Gently put her knee to the floor. Okay, put the hand to the floor. Now push the leg through. Sit down. Elbows come down. Back goes down. That's important. Well, the other thing that will help you is where you put your hands and your feet. You want to keep things close to your center, which is your butt or your hips, because when you elevate and you're like this with your foot far away from your center and your hand far away, it doesn't give you a lot of room to move underneath. Closer means more space for you. It's easier to get the leg under. Also, it takes less stress in the shoulder to do it this way as opposed to like this. But you don't want to look at your hand or your foot. You know where they are. Just going to maybe scooch it over a little bit while you're looking up. It's another thing. Always look up. Don't look down when there's a bell above your head. You'll tend to drop it. So you want to move slowly. Slower is better. If you're doing a good Turkish Get Up and down, it should take about 30 seconds if you're using the right weight. If you're getting way ahead of yourself, either move up in the weight or change the tool. Use a barbell. And that'll help you slow it all down. So just go slow and hit every position. If you can't hit a position, you need to think about what you're doing and slow it down some. Okay? That's it. Cut.